All right, testing 1, 2. All right, hopefully things are moving. Testing 1, 2. Oh, great. So if anyone sees me talking and no audio, let me know. Oh, multi-chat is in read only, so hopefully this is going because I don't have my earbuds monitoring on. But we are day, 579, I believe. It's in our little picture, so yep, day 579. So we've been off and on for a little while, for anyone that's new. Trying to get back into it a little bit more this year. We were a little lax towards the end of last year and so far this year, but trying to get back into it. We're working on getting some warped wood for our tunnel to the Inkwood Library. So we're just gonna chop trees for the next hour or so, maybe a little less. And yeah, nice, quiet, chill stream for that. Hopefully it holds out. The last 2 times we've tried, we've had a little issue with what? Oh, wait, why is that? Oh, so that's not working. Okay, so we're gonna be right back while we adjust our cyborg because it looks like our controls got reset, and then we'll get kind of back into our intro. And we're back. So, yeah, our controls got reset to a different game. So now we're back at it. So anyway, yeah, we have the tunnel mostly laid out, the path anyway. So now the next steps are going to be getting our floor of the tunnel done, which we're going to use the warped wood. Is it warped? Yeah. So the warped wood there for the floor. Then we're going to figure out what we want to do for the walls. So I wanted to use ice, but it's debating on whether we do all ice, maybe mix it with some stone and other blue elements to kind of represent the water. So maybe we'll use stone along the sides and like blue along the top and green along the bottom just to make it easy and go from there. I mean, we could use blue along the bottom too, but there aren't as many. It's easy to make blue blocks that we can get to slabs for the floor because we also want it to be mob proof. So we just have to imagine the green is still some kind of water in the well. And I think that the stone, using like cobblestone for the walls, the size of the tunnel anyway, because we want it to be probably about 15 to 20 diameter circle, or half circle, I guess, because we're setting it on the floor of the nether. And yeah, so the immediate sides would be like a cobblestone representing the walls of the well. And then maybe we'll use the ice and some lapis and other kind of bluish blocks to represent water along the top. Because I mean, it's a little lighter green than this for the wood. Oh, wait, how did you get up here? Guess it's not as safe up here as I thought. We do need to, I guess, start filling out the wall and putting iron golems and whatnot in all the rooms so we have more protection on the city here. This is Overmorrow. Haven End is our project in the Nether. And Inkwood. Yeah, Inkwood is where our library is. Then we'll have Oasis City. We have the what we're calling the Garden Temple. We'll probably give it a little better name later, or you know, a second name or something to be more and more interesting. And this is all going to fit into a story that we're trying to write and turn into an actual book. So it'll be a long-running project. We have a few chapters of the first book laid out, but some other things have come up, so we're working on some other book projects first while we kind of work on this, so that we can have a little more to show when we get around to finishing the book. Ideally, it'd be sometime this year, but who knows? The projects definitely won't be done this year because it'd probably take several months at our current space just to finish the floor of the Haven's End, let alone actually building much there. And if we could do this, you know, 5-6 hours a day, maybe we could get most of that done this year, but not time that we currently have. So we'll make do with the time that we do. All right. Put some more down here. Oh. All of this fungus part of it is gonna fuel our bone meal so that we can be kind of self-sustaining. Oh, okay. We good there? Okay, we are good there. Okay. Oh, we should probably make our photo a little bigger. Okay. When we were doing this a little more active last summer, we were trying to mess around with some of our stats and stuff we have showing and video windows. So if anything looks off, you know, feel free to let me know in the chat. Is it this one? Well, we can put that in there. Okay. Welcome in. How's it going? What do we want to put in? Here we go. So we can put this in here. So we've been collecting a lot because, I don't know, if we fill that chest up, that might be enough to finish slabbing the tunnel to the Inkwood Library. So we'll see. Put all that in there. We do need a bit, well, we need a lot more bone meal. So that, yeah, just take one stack. There we go. What is our time? Okay, so 10 minutes in, so we'll do another 30, 40 minutes. It looks like the stream is mostly holding up. At some point there was a lot of frame drops, so if the audio or frame drops also looks bad, you know, let me know so I can investigate that further. Ooh, that'd be helpful. Oh, so let's clear out the, well, I'm going to call it leaves for now. The other benefit of this is that having all these shroom lights will give us lighting blocks that we can use later. Because one of these days we actually need to get our frog farm going. We started on one in Haven's End, but we need to actually finish that up. Or decide where we want to put it too. Because where we started is actually over a lava lake, so it's been a lot of work to kind of suspend it. So it might be better to do it somewhere else. But we also want it to be not necessarily optimal, but in a place where we actually get some of the magma cubes so we can generate things a little faster. Doesn't necessarily need to be in, I think, fortresses or something like that. Generates a little more, or at least other mobs are less likely to spawn, something like that. Definitely correct me if I'm wrong on that. There's one of the structures was more likely. Or was it there, or was it one of the like basalt deltas? Something had better spawn rates for magma cubes. Which shows how long it's been since I've been working on that project, or that farm. But we will get there. But right now we're trying to get all of the roads mostly done. Kind of all the connecting parts of the stories. You know, perimeters laid out, even here in Overmorrow. We don't have a lot built. We have like a gunpowder farm there, but we're like laying out little buildings, and we need to do more of that so that we can kind of fill this in as we have time. That I get a view of what's here and what's to come, and with the roads, you can kind of follow along with the story that we'll write. And then every 6 months, we take a world download and make that available on GitLab. So you should be able to find that on Linktree/MindTripMedia. Link to the download, and then that will also have links to all of our social media and streaming stuff. So our Blue Sky, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, it's all there. All right. Oop. I think, yeah, we might have to cut our stream early a little bit. So we might do another 20 minutes or so, which is a lot shorter than I want to do, but other things have come up. All right. Oh, wow. Okay, that's good. Yeah, and this will help us get our stacks of the shroom lights like we said. All right. Looks like our Vibrant Vigils is on. I don't know how much of that's actually changed or been updated. But I think the saturation was an issue that we had, along with the water at night. And I feel like there was one other thing too. So nothing that made it unplayable, like it didn't break the game. And I feel like maybe this is better. Oh, it was like the render distance was a little off too. But I feel like this is better, but we'll have to play around. Like the lighting was a lot more like saturated orange, something like that. Or at least if you were in a desert, so we'll have to fly over to a desert area to make sure. But well, we've covered a lot of this in grass, so this might be desert. If that's the case, then yeah, definitely better than it was. Ah, there we go. Okay. All right, come up here, do that. Okay. All right, so we'll come. Oop. Get a little bit more there. Okay. Yeah, it would be nice to work on the story, have more time to work on the story and the world here. Because then we could, well, we could do Sundays or, you know, whatever day, but set aside a day for more of the resource gathering. Which we do a lot of that off stream too, on at least on the resource side. But we could set aside a stream day for that too, so that we have a day to collect resources and do more chatting, more low key. Not that our building days are particularly adventurous. Do we get anything out of this? Okay, we're just gonna get rid of that because that's taking too long. Okay. All right. Coming along. Yeah, and when we were streaming more, we were trying to do other games as well. We were doing a lot of Planet Crafters, so you can check that out on our VODs if you're interested in that. We have had a lot of fun doing that. We unlocked everything. Now we're at the stage of the DLCs where we'll be working on, I guess, the Toxic update and work on getting to the moon or moons and doing things like that, going through our portal. But yeah. Okay. All right. Good there. Yeah, so we had a lot of fun in that. We did a lot of that just to kind of round up as we were kind of winding down our streaming sessions as other commitments came up. Oops. Okay. We were trying to work in a lot of Satisfactory as well, and that's still on our list. We still have the new Satisfactory world saved and kind of notes on what we want to do for that. So a little less spaghetti and a little bit more hub and spoke. With processing nodes handling all of the stuff that's like single resource, and then anything that takes multiple, bringing it back to a hub. Some of the, was it coal or oil? Coal? One of those where one of the fuel source blocks was a little tricky to get to and needs a little more work, but I think that's in a state where we could kind of figure out where we were and pick it up if we had time to do multiple games like that. We also wanted to get in some No Man's Sky, and then we were doing a lot of, not a lot of, but we were trying to do some more casual games like A Little to the Left and Unpacking. because we were able to have some regular viewers request things like that. So it was like Wildcard Wednesdays, I think we were doing. But we haven't been able to maintain that. But that was fun. I think we'll keep the Crimson one. Just for now. Don't know what we do with it, but we'll do that. Okay. Oh, we need more of that. But that was our other game endeavor. Yeah, I wanted to get into some more No Man's Sky, but we were trying to work on our automation there where we could kind of select our game and then have some like number of build days or play days kind of auto increment and auto handle posting on our Blue Sky and whatnot. And updating our Twitch titles, so trying to automate a few of those processes. Not that they're terribly long, but make switching between games a little smoother, but didn't quite have the time to get that fully implemented. Okay. Right. All right, so let's oh, there we go. There we go. That one took a lot. Okay. What is our time now? Okay. Yeah, say another 10 minutes, give or take. I'd like to do longer, but a little bit at a time as we try to ease back into a routine that works. And every little bit of practice helps. Oh, thank you, Kibble. Appreciate the like. Hoping you're having a good Sunday or Monday, depending on your part of the world. There we go. Oop. All right, let's get some more tree there. Okay. But yeah, all of our streams are more of this kind of a quiet, cozy. Gathering resources, building, working on the story of the world. And yeah, GitLab has the world download. I don't know if we got January's uploaded or not, so if not, and anyone wants that, let me know. Otherwise, we'll shoot for what July's, well, beginning of July world download. And yeah, welcome to take whatever you see in the world here and make your own story out of it, which is why we do it every 6 months or so. So if you like what you see, you can start from there and take your story in a different direction if you like. Ooh. Yes. So I guess Vibrant Visual still needs a little work because that looks a little glossy there. But I think there must have been at least some changes in the saturation because it's not as bad as it was, if I remember. All right. go grab that. All right, let's pick up all of our material. All right. Let's drop off some more. So yeah, pretty good. Each one of these like slabs is 2, so this is what, like 900 or so. So that's probably a little, that won't be enough to get there from where we are. But if we figure each row might get us pretty close to where we've ended our tunnel so far and where we need to go as far as coming out on the library side of the portal. So we have some of the slabs already laid down in the tunnel. So that'd probably get us pretty close for one line to the tunnel. So each one of these would be how wide the tunnel is from left to right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would mean like a six slab wide tunnel. So we've got a ways to go because one chest probably won't be enough. If we're doing 20 diameter, well, if we do a 15 diameter, we would need 3 chests. 20, a little less than 4. So we'll see how that goes. That is going to be a lot of chopping. But also we can take some of our cobblestone, get some of that laid down, a little bit of the ceiling done too, just to kind of give a feel of what needs to be done. It does need to be finished. And then we can start outlining the library and then work on a road to Inkwood and then outline Inkwood and little things like that. And once those are outlined, then we can kind of bounce between projects, either what I'm feeling in the mood for, or if we have enough of a following by then, we can, take votes on what to work on, what order to do things in. Hopefully that will make it a little more engaging and enjoyable. All right. All right, so yeah, another couple minutes here. Maybe we'll just focus on these two warp trees, and there we go. Probably call it after that. Okay. All right. Okay, so we got rid of that. Okay. Yeah, we've hit our time there, so let's do a little bit more on one to kind of make up for our intro, taking up a few minutes. And then we'll kind of wind down and get to some of our other stuff. Okay. All right, so let's see what we got here. Let's drop off some of our extra. And put our shroom in there. Okay. That gets us to our next block. Let's put this here. All right, so we're going to sign off here in a second. Oops. All right, but we wanted to do a fly fly around the perimeter. But that's our cleric's hall there, which has, we can exchange zombie meat in for emeralds. So this is it. Yeah, there still is a little bit too much haze. And then we have some other buildings that have signs on them. So like armor shop, bed shop. There's an iron farm there. Maybe we'll try to see if we can come up here. Yeah, so this is, I guess, still a little saturated once you're farther out in the desert. So but it's not quite where it needs to be. The water looks good during the day, but at night it gets kind of clear, and when it's shallow too. So we'll have to test that out later. All right. Oh. Oh, and there's going to be like our garden. Oh, there's a park there, and there's like a flower shop over there. Way up on the hill, which is out of sight, is our ice farm. Can we see both? Yeah, we're gonna have to work on the render distance here. Which I don't know how much this desktop can do it. So it's like a Geekom A6, I think, but we were using a Lenovo with an ADA GeForce, so it could support really high distance render distance. Which I guess render distance isn't as much of a thing now, but still probably referred to it as that. But our tower here was our original one at 256. And then our new tower, which we saw as we were flying by over here, you can kind of see it appearing in the distance there, is what, 320? Whatever the current build height is. And those are on either side of our Adventurer's Gate to kind of represent new and old in our city here. And we'll, give some kind of story of why that is. Some kind of mystery as to why one was shorter. Yeah. So I think that's pretty good for trying to get back into it a little bit. But as always, if you have questions on our story, Minecraft, or want us to try some other games, feel free to leave a message in chat or leave a message on one of our social platforms. And you can find those on Linktree, so Linktree/MyTripMedia. That will have links to our Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube where we're streaming, as well as Blue Sky where we make our Go Live announcements. And if you like what we're doing, you can give us a like or follow if you really like it. You can share it out and help us hit the 400 follower mark on TikTok, the 100 follower mark on Twitch, and if we could hit the 100 follower on YouTube, that would also be great. But with that, we're going to call our stream here, and we will see you again sometime next weekend. We're going to shoot again for Saturday and Sunday, but at least one day during the week. Try to maintain that and go up from there. So with that, have a good rest of your Sunday, and we'll see you next time.